Hi, my name is Dr. Amy Joyce. I am a lecturer in social anthropology here at the University of St Andrews in the Department of Social Anthropology and the School of Social Anthropology, Film Studies and Philosophy. I've been asked to make a video introducing myself, so please excuse the lockdown hair and the awkwardness of having to record yourself when no one else is around. I work predominantly as an anthropologist of Europe. My work is focused on Poland and increasingly the Republic of Ireland. I've been working on the long-term history of conflict, so looking at areas where conflict has been going on for centuries, conflicts of different kinds, wars, civil wars, guerrilla war conflicts, kind of informal pogroms, issues like that. And looking at how these kind of histories of violence are understood by the people who have to make their lives in the area. So for the past 9-ish years, I've been working on the border of Poland, Belarus, and Ukraine, and currently I'm looking more at Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, particularly looking at how stories of conflicts and physical remainders of conflicts continue to haunt local landscapes long after the conclusion of the conflict, how they inform the way that people conceive of themselves in the area. So in the department, I teach a number of different courses. I teach the anthropology of borders, the anthropology of post-socialism, the anthropology of art. I teach some courses on material culture and a range of other issues around that for first and second years. I've also been asked to tell you a little bit about what I love about anthropology, which is very difficult to narrow down at this point. But I'm struck maybe by some of the thoughts of Michel Rolfe-Trouillot, who is an anthropologist of the state and history, a Haitian anthropologist who said that one of anthropology's great abilities was to draw people's attentions to the gaps in history, to the silences and why exactly we have those silences. And I think that's what I love about anthropology. It is a discipline that is really engaged in the complexity and the nuances of the social world we live in. It doesn't necessarily give easy answers, but what it does is it asks more full and interesting questions. Alongside that, a little bit like Kurt Vonnegut, I love that I've found a science that's only partially to do with maths and mainly to do with poetry. So those are my two reasons for loving anthropology today, but ask me another day and I'd give you another answer. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and this video wasn't too horrifyingly awkward.
My name's Adam Reed. Over the years, I've conducted research in two parts of the world. In Papua New Guinea, where I conducted my original research in a maximum security prison in the capital, Port Moresby, and then more recently with Papua New Guinean migrants working in the mining industry in Western Australia and involved in Christian Pentecostalism, but also fieldwork in the UK, first with people in England who were fiction readers, fans of a particular novelist, so that's a project about the experience of fiction reading. And then with forms of London knowledge, so the ways in which people claim to know the city and to relate to the city through their practices. And then more recently, fieldwork in Scotland on political activism, and in particular the intersection between political activism and ethics, with a focus on animal welfare. So if you did decide to come to St Andrews, you might find me teaching you topics such as anthropology and literature, urban anthropology, the study of post-colonial institutions, or the anthropology of activism. Anyway, hope to see you here if you decide to come. Bye-bye.
I'm Dr. Karen Lane, and my research interests are urban anthropology, personal storytelling, literary anthropology, and human and other animal relationships. While I'm on fieldwork, my dog sometimes works as my research assistant. My main field site is Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I'm particularly interested in how people transcend the troubles, the violence that Northern Ireland's normally associated with. People's everyday lives are revealed through their personal narratives and quotidian activities, but also through film, literature, and art. I'm also the convener for the MA Combined Studies. This is the university's part-time evening degree for mature students, and it's aimed at people who've spent a period of time out of academia or who prefer classes in the evening because of their family and work commitments. I love anthropology because I'm fascinated by human beings. It's such an inclusive discipline, so it means I can focus on my research interests. Hope to see you in St Andrews.
Hello, my name is Bridget Bradley and I'm a lecturer here in the Department of Social Anthropology at University of St Andrews. My research interests cover topics of mental health and community activism, and I've done the majority of my research with people who have quite complex mental health disorders in the UK. These disorders are known under the umbrella term of body-focused repetitive behaviours, and that includes compulsive hair pulling and compulsive skin picking. My fieldwork has been quite varied and has taken me into locations like hairdressing salons, family conferences that bring together researchers and clinicians and parents and children, as well as support group settings, and into people's everyday lives as well, to try and uncover what these disorders feel like, how they manifest in people's lives, how they affect social relations and family relationships, and also how they affect people's sense of self and relationship to the body. In terms of activism, I found that this community were very active in raising awareness, and so that took my research into a very applied structure, and meant that I was able to work with the community to raise awareness and increase support options for people in the UK. My new work also looks at themes of mental health and activism, but looks at eco-anxiety or climate anxiety among climate activists in the UK. At the University of St Andrews, you might find me teaching on topics of medical anthropology. Some of my lectures look at the body, disability and mental health, as well as climate-related health issues. So we have a course starting soon on planetary health, and I've also been teaching on global health and infectious disease. So the reason I love anthropology is that it speaks to the experiences of our everyday lives. Whether you're interested in the climate crisis or in mental health, or any topic really that you could imagine, anthropology offers you a way to look at that really in depth, to try to better understand the world and people's different experiences. And I think it really highlights the beauty and the complexity of human life and human difference, and that's something to be celebrated.
Hey everyone, my name is Melissa Demian, and I am a senior lecturer in social anthropology here at St Andrews. My specialization is in the anthropology of law. That means the study of legal systems as social and cultural phenomena, and I mostly work in Papua New Guinea, which has a really complicated legal system, and it allows me to do the kind of anthropology that really gets me excited, because I am not tethered either to a purely theoretical or a purely, say, applied kind of research, but I get to do both. And that is why I have been doing this for about 20 years, and I am never bored.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Stevenson, and I'm a lecturer in social anthropology here at the University of St Andrews. And my research is at the intersection of visual and historical anthropology, and it's focused specifically on South India. So, for example, I'm interested in histories of photography and material culture, in particular early picture postcards from the early 1900s. But the reason that I love anthropology, well, there's a lot of reasons that I love anthropology, but I think most crucially, what I love about it is that it teaches us to question our assumptions, not only about ourselves, but about other people and the assumptions that we might have about human experience in all its myriad forms. And I think once you have that mindset, it really transforms the way in which you think about everyday life, as well as thinking about your research and your studies. But it permeates into everything that you do. So it's a really transformative way of thinking about the world.